Hello viewers, welcome to Snack Your Brain. I am Balaji Sagadevan. Today we are going to see about US presidential elections and the transition to the next presidency. In our previous video, I have clearly mentioned to you about how US presidential election process works. And in this video, I will be telling you why there was a delay in US presidential election results and how the transition will happen from now to that of January 2021 when the next president and vice president takes office. Let's get started. First of all, in the previous video, I have mentioned to you that US presidential elections will be known on the same day. But this time it was delayed a little bit due to a couple of reasons. One, here in USA, there is no single election commission as like in India. Every state chief secretary is the administrator or acts like an election commissioner for that state, and every state has its own rules during election. For example, the state of Florida has the rules in such a way that they can count the postal ballot first and then they can count the votes casted on the election day in the election booth. But in the case of Pennsylvania, the state rule says that they should first count the election votes casted on the election day in an election booth, and then only they need to open up the paper ballots and they should count it. So it changes from state to state, and that's why we saw huge delay in case of Pennsylvania state. The second reason is this time, due to COVID, many people opted for mail-in ballot, and there was not enough people to count those votes because here in USA, since there is no single election commission body, they can't go and recruit government staff to come and do the election office work as they do it in India. So they rely upon volunteers who are usually retired people above 60 plus, 65 plus age, come and do this as they are free. But this time again, due to this COVID virus, since those age people are of high risk to coronavirus, they didn't come or turn up in high numbers for doing this counting work. So that was one of the reason for the delay. So having said that, every news media, may it be a Republican media or a Democrat media or a neutral media, everyone has projected that Joe Biden and Kamala Harris is a winner of this year presidential election, hands down, as they have got more than 270 electoral votes. So that is the result projected by the media, and soon that will be officially endorsed by the respective state government secretaries officially that these people has won the state and these are the number of votes. So that will be done before Thanksgiving, before end of this month. Having said that, the transition starts. In usual scenario, whenever this presidential election happens, the losing candidate will concede defeat. This has been a tradition since 1896 when William Jennings telegrammed his opponent, William McKinley, that he lost the race. So it has been a tradition for more than 120 years now. So it's not constitutionally binding. There is no expectation from Constitution of US that it should be there. But as a gentleman agreement, people do it. And after that, the winning candidate put down a team to begin this transition. So they will be the vice president and the president elect will be interviewing people that whom they should have as say Secretary of State, Secretary of Defense, equivalent to Home Minister, Defense Minister, Secretary of Treasury, equivalent to Finance Minister in India. So those kind of things, they will look into it. They will like interview people and they will select those people who are subject matter expert there and have that team ready. Then these newly elected president and vice president along with their team will visit White House, where the current president or the sitting president need to introduce them to the current staffers, his team of secretaries, show around the White House, and these teams, the existing secretaries and the newly selected secretaries, will be working together over a period of 1 month to see what kind of files or what kind of projects or activities they can finish it off before January 2021, and what can need to be taken into next administration then on. So those kind of things will happen during this transition state. And on January 2021, the next president must be sworn in. That is as per the constitution. Every January 20 of the year following the leap year, when these elections are done, the next president must be sworn in. That's done. But this time it is going to be a little bit different, because President Trump didn't concede his defeat. He still believes that he can win states like Pennsylvania, Georgia, Alaska, and North Carolina, where the votes are still being counted, and officially it's yet to be certified by the state secretary. So he thinks that he can challenge it in the court. The mail-in ballots were casted illegally, so that should be removed from the counting. So that legality is going on. Having said that, that is not being a welcome scenario for President-elect Joe Biden to go into White House to do this formal transition. But Joe Biden has been a vice president under Barack Obama for 8 years, and he was a senator for like 30 plus years. So he knows the in and out and how things work in Washington. He knows what's the in and out of every department is. So that formal introduction or formal communication need not happen for this time, so that he can put in people right after the day he swans in, and the work will go on. But before that, this transitions thing or this concede of defeat by Trump need to be worked out either by means of court, by means of Supreme Court, like how they did in 2000 between Al Gore and George W. Bush. Okay, when they had issue with Florida, how they settled it. It may be done like that, or Trump can change his mind and concede his defeat and start working with the transition of and with the new team of Biden. Okay, so whatever may be the transition happens, on Jan 20, 2021, the next president and vice president will be sworn in. That's how the process works here. Hope you like this video. You have learned something new from this video. If you like it and learned something new from this, please do press the like button, share it to your friends, and always subscribe to Snack Your Brain. Thank you and have a nice day.